In this training video, we're going to take a look at stakeholders. To get to the stakeholders tool, I'm going to click on stakeholders on the left-hand side in that toolbar. When I get to stakeholders, you can see that there's no stakeholders currently in this initiative, but I've got a few options here. I can import from other initiatives, I can add a stakeholder from scratch, and if I've got stakeholders, I can get AI tips. And we can also group stakeholders when we have more than one or two in there. So if I want to import from other initiatives, I can look at my other initiatives and see, do I want to import from there? So from here, I've clicked on Project Essayons Launch. I can see a handful of different stakeholders that I can pull from. If I want to select them all, I can grab all 6 and move them in at the same time. If I know that I'm not going to need all of them, I can take off the ones who are not necessary, click Import, and it's going to bring those stakeholders into my project. Now, with that in mind, here you can see low influence, neutral towards the project, low engagement. You do need to make updates if the stakeholders have a different perspective on the different initiative. So if we want to create a stakeholder from the beginning, I can click Add Stakeholder, and it's going to bring up the dialog box where I have the choice of manual entry or select from users. In the manual entry, I can go ahead and select that, and I can start entering in whatever information is applicable. So I type in the name, I type in the name, I move over to the role or position, I update the department, I type in the email address, I type in the phone number, the more information I can put in here, the more information I can use later. So I move down to the influence level. How much influence does this stakeholder have on the project? Are they very influential, where they're going to be a high, or are they somebody who doesn't get a whole lot of attention and their influence is not really going to sway the initiative overall? I'm going to select low in this case. And then what's their support level? Are they resistant to the change? Are they neutral towards the change? Or are they supportive towards the change? So if they're supportive, we're going to go ahead and select supportive. And how engaged are they going to be? Are they going to be minimally participating and a low? Are they going to be participating somewhat but not have a full attention? Or are they going to be highly participative and have a high engagement level? So we're going to select high for engagement level. And then we're going to select what type of communication preference this individual has. Do they prefer meetings? Do they prefer emails? Do they prefer phone? That way, as you're tailoring communication, you can look at this and see, okay, yes, I know that this person prefers emails over meetings, and then I can type in any notes that I have. From there, I can go ahead and click Add Stakeholder. This is going to create that stakeholder entry, just like we can see behind us behind the dialog box. Or if I have a user that I can select from, I can switch it over and select from that user, and that'll pre-fill the different information that's already there. We don't have a department pre-populated, so we're going to put IT. Now this is just for demonstration purposes. This information is not exactly the way it would go into the system in my live environment, but for a demo, that's how I put it in there. From here, I can then go ahead and edit that stakeholder. I'm going to cancel the changes. I can use grouping by role, which tells me what that person's role in the system is. I can do it by department, which breaks it down by department. Influence level, support, engagement are other grouping levels that we have. And then I can also get AI tips. So the AI tips are going to look at the stakeholders we have and give me advice on how to deal with those stakeholders in a way that's going to be more productive than non-productive. Now, depending on how many stakeholders you have in here, it's going to take longer to generate the tips as opposed to when you only have a few stakeholders. But here I can get general tips that walk me through the best way to communicate with my different stakeholders. as well as the generalized information up top.